We're bringing the flavors of the French countryside to your kitchen with tender chicken, sweet apples, and caramelized onions all in one easy pan. Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today we are celebrating an autumn dish that is my new favorite thing. We're making French farmhouse chicken. So what is it? This really is a one-pot meal with chicken thighs, apples, caramelized onions, and it all gets braised in this fantastic sauce made from white wine and apple cider. Now, let's start with our skillet. I have a pretty big skillet here with nice tall sides. I have it on medium-high heat, and we want to add some olive oil to start. About a tablespoon, thereabouts. And then we're going to add some butter. I have about 2 tablespoons here, right in our pan. Now, why am I using both olive oil and butter? The butter is going to add flavor, and the olive oil is going to keep the butter from burning. While my pan is finished heating, let's talk chicken. I have here 4 beautiful bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. Now, what did I do to these? I patted them dry, I trimmed them of extra skin and fat, and I seasoned this first side very generously with salt and pepper. All right, my oil butter mixture is ready. We're going to put the chicken in skin side down. That's what you want to hear. Now, while I have it skin side down, I'm going to season the other side. Now we're going to let this cook for 5 to 7 minutes on each side or until it's all golden brown. Now, it's especially important on this skin side, don't play with it. Just let it sit there and cook. If you try to lift it and turn it and it sticks, it's not ready to turn yet, so leave it be. While I'm waiting for this, I'm listening as well. This is sizzling pretty hard. When it's getting close to ready, you'll hear that the sizzle dies down. All right, it's been 5 or 6 minutes. My chicken thighs are ready to come out. I'm going to put them right back on the same plate. These are nice and golden, but they're not cooked all the way yet. So don't worry that I'm putting them back on the same plate. They're going to cook some more. Now, while these sit here and hang out, let's start building our sauce. I'm going to turn this heat down a little bit to about medium. And we're going to add 1 onion slice. This is about medium large onion, just sliced, not too thin, kind of chunky. Right in. I am going to give it the tiniest bit of salt to help it get going. We're going to let these cook for about 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Stir them occasionally. We want them to start to soften and get brown. Nice and caramelized. My onions are starting to brown. They're getting soft. It's time to add the apples. I have here 2 apples that I sliced up, medium size-ish. I have today a Pink Lady and a Cosmic Crisp apple. Those are 2 that I like. Now, you notice I didn't slice them too thin, and I left the skins on. That's going to help them keep their shape. It's also going to add a little bit of color. This goes right in to the pan. We're also going to add a little bit of thyme. I have about 1.5 teaspoons of dried thyme. You can use a few sprigs of fresh thyme if you can get it, but I always keep dried around if I can't get fresh. Right in the pan. And I'm going to give it a tiny bit more salt and pepper, just to help those apples release the water and to balance it out. Let's give it a stir. And we're going to let it go maybe about another 5 minutes until the apples start to soften. My apples are starting to brown and get nice and soft. It's time to keep building more flavors. We're going to start with some dry white wine. I have here 2 ounces or 60 mils of a dry white wine. Today, I'm using my favorite Sauvignon Blanc, but you could use any dry white wine. Just make sure it's dry and not too sweet. Right into our pan, carefully. Now, that's starting to deglaze the pan and get all those little brown bits off the bottom. To that, we're going to add some apple cider, not apple juice, apple cider. I have here 4 ounces, 120 mils of apple cider. Right in. Let's give this a stir, because we want to make sure that we get all these brown bits off the bottom of the pan. That's called fond, and it is concentrated flavor. All right, I'm seeing bubbles. It's time to add the chicken back into the pan. We're just going to add them in and nestle them down into this apple and onion mixture. And of course, we're going to add all these juices on the plate back to the pan. Now I'm going to cover this. We're going to let this cook for another 10 to 15 minutes, or until the chicken reaches 180 Fahrenheit, which is 82 degrees Celsius. Now I'm going to keep an eye on this. If this pan gets a little too dry, if it reduces too much, I'll just throw in a splash of chicken stock or maybe some more cider. Good. Our chicken is ready. It took about 10 minutes. Some of these pieces are a little bigger than others, but it's ready. It's reading 180 degrees, which is just perfect. Now I like to serve this on a bed of rice. You could do egg noodles or mashed potatoes, but let's give it a taste. Let's pull this little beauty here, right in the middle, and let's get some of that sauce. Some of this apple and onion right on top. A little bit of that liquid. Now look at that. How beautiful. Let's dive in. I want some chicken, and I want a piece of apple. Here we go. This is incredible. It's hot, but chicken is tender and juicy. It has all that apple and onion flavor. The apples have soaked up the chicken flavor. It's just all come together in this wonderful, rich and bright autumn dish. And they can add a little wine. Now this is the same Sauvignon Blanc that I used in here. Cheers. If you enjoyed this recipe, sign up for our newsletter and get new recipes delivered right into your inbox. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps us grow. Now, if you'd like to go a little further, consider joining as a channel member. You'll get special perks, behind-the-scenes extras, and you'll be part of the community helping to shape what we create together. All right, I'm going to sneak off to a quiet little corner and enjoy my French farmhouse chicken in peace. Now, while I do that, I want you to sit back and relax and watch this episode over here. So until next time, everyone, cheers.